We're finally making a little bit of progress. Just a little bit, just a little bit of visual progress here at Doors of Divergence.
Yeah, we're looking at floors, we're looking at sconces. Christian will be back with the bulbs soon. We'll do he's gonna do a test of how bright that all is. Find the bulbs? No, okay.
I'm not gonna flicker the way I want them to now. I gotta run a couple test codes to see exactly how much control we can have, but I think it's either off or on.
Would getting a different type of bulb change that?
I don't think so. They're just not designed to work the same way.
Well, and also, how many specific moments do we want the lights to flicker? Like, is it the whole show?
I mean, if we could flicker, then I would have like a candle flicker going on.
Yeah, it's sort of the unreliability of Victorian power.
Yeah, that kind of just sets that ambiance.
We're getting into like a, the very specific things we've been saying. Oh, we'll deal with that when we get closer to it. We're getting to some of those times, so that's one of those things.
So let me just test what range it needs to be. And we'll see. Cool.
Wee. All about getting things done now so that they come together further down. I mean, we're trying to make big, broad, visual progress right now too. For example, we've got large faux pipes that go into the alchemy lab.
Walk us through this. All I know is that they're pipes and they're sticky and I shouldn't touch them.
Yes,
Blue
even
ones
though
do
you
not
really
taste
want-
better than the white ones.
You really like to taste them when they're not dry.
Yes, it's my favorite thing to do.
This lovely forest of pipes will eventually be our big wall-mounted pipes in the alchemy lab that are going basically at the very tops of the walls. They're more complicated than you think. We spent like an hour talking about how we were going to attach them to the wall the other day.
Yep.
We got there though.
It started with, I don't know, we'll make some plates and we'll attach them to the wall. And it ended with, I don't know, we'll make some plates and we'll attach it to the wall. And in the middle of that, there was a lot of engineering.
By the way, disregard everything I said. We don't have a proper test yet. Forgot to set the dip switch value to the decoder, so.
Oh, so maybe we're okay.
Maybe we're okay.
Okay, fingers crossed. Yeah.
And he gets that when he forgets something, because now he's very excited. Oh wait, I get to fix it, I get to fix it.
Which is very convincing to me.
Yep. I think it works.
So we finally figured out how to get the new LED lights to actually flicker. And we're doing a little bit of a test to see if Lindsey likes the flicker, likes the sort of coloring of the light.
I like that. That was great.
Yeah, and that's just one bulb over the 400 lumen.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Spooky.
Yeah. Talk into. So let's just say one instrument right there. That is enough light to see by.
Yeah.
This is spooky. I like unidirectional, like one directional fill light for this particular room.
That very much reads like candlelight, or it's bad Victorian electricity, which is like exactly what we want.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. Fill light fixed.
Oh, it's really cool through the transom
Next
too.
on the agenda.
No pipe is complete without the bolts that hold the flanges together. I mean, not that we need the bolts to literally hold the flanges together, but if you look at a piece of big pipe, they have these big chunky bolts. So we're replicating that by casting some real large bolt heads out of resin, and we're just gonna stick them on there and texture them too.
Ryan's currently making their little boxes so that we can make the silicone molds and mass produce a bunch of these. Yeah, it's much easier than to try and chop off these end bits and just buy a bunch of these because we need a shit ton.
So it will probably be, I'm gonna guess, close to like 600, probably 500, between 500 and 600 bolts.
What's the curing time on the resin?
It's anywhere between 1 to 12 hours, depending on conditions.
So let's say it's 4 hours.
I mean, if we make 3 molds of the ones that we have, that would be 33. So you can
So
get
it's
99 a day.
99 a day.
That's not bad. We just have to plan, when it's happening. Like first thing, do one, do another at lunch, do one at the end of the day.
And say a thing that nobody wants to hear. But it's like, all right, we're talking about pouring 600-700 bolts of resin casts. and I look at the style piece and I go, I don't notice it doesn't have bolts. I, as a layperson player, doesn't notice it doesn't have bolts. I don't.
Does it bother me? Yes. Is it going to bother everyone? No.
Market bar, again, market bar. And where elements like this are, right?
Well,
My
we have the
question
means,
is-
why stop?
At this point, what are we worried about? We're about the time investment.
Time and material costs, yeah. It's always time and material costs.
It's. I think at this point, the amount of labor that has already been put into these pieces.
Mm-hmm.
The horse is out of the barn.
The horse is out of the barn.
I am just not convinced they're necessary or necessarily worth it for the stuff that is going to be 8 feet up and quite possibly below the light line.
We could cut like all the ones that are sort of completely out of sight lines because it's also above the 10-inch.
So it's like 400.
And there's total all across the board. Stand
yeah,
in,
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
anytime.
that's all of them.
That's doable.
All right, fine, fuck it, do it.
Okay.
Don't let me get in the way. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You
ignore me.
do know what you're talking about.
Nobody's attacking.
Yeah, nobody's attacking you, Christian. Come back.
I know no one's attacking me. We've jumped a whole bunch of like giant hurdles, and I'm being a prissy little show horse that's balking at like a tiny little brook. I don't know why. Just go. Just make them. Do what you want to do. You know better than I do.
He's got to cut the force metaphors out of his vocabulary. It's really.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we know you grew up on a horse farm.
up on a horse.
We know you
Get it?
grew
You
up
were
on
a
a horse.
horse girl in school. That's my voice.